You're taking a taxi and the driver claims the meter is not working or he doesn't have change. What are you gonna do? Well, how you handle the situation just depends on how well informed you are. Watch till the end, we got something for you. All of my foreign friends living here have been complaining about taking a taxi every time they go out, as it's been like an adventure for them every time they want to take a taxi, as they have to argue with the driver about the meter, about the price, and so on. So I decided to talk about this topic and I'll let you know, so I inform you how to deal with such situations. So before I dive into this topic, there are some facts that you should know. You should first know how the taxi system work here in Morocco. So if you're not familiar with how taxis work in Morocco, there are two types of taxis, petit taxi and grand taxi. We usually name them with colors because it's the easy way. Each city has its own taxi color. Like in Casablanca, the petit taxi, which is the private one, is red, so we just call it red taxi. And grand taxi, which is the big one, it's the public one, so we call it white taxi because this is the easy way to say it. Anyways, petit taxis can seat up to 3 people and they're obliged to charge you based on a metered price. Grand taxis can hold up to 6 or 8 people depending on the car model, and you pay specific rate for your seat. And your taxi leaves only when it's filled, or someone of the passengers pay for the remaining seats. Grand taxis have specific routes in the city, just like the bus exactly. But it won't take you, for example, from Al Medina to Al Ma'arif. Petit taxi can take you to specific location within city limits. This is how it's supposed to work, but this is not how every taxi driver works, especially when they see a foreigner in the city. So here are some tips on how not to get ripped off your money and some facts you should know. Now the first thing you should know is taking a taxi from a bus stop or train station will cost you more, much more. Drivers know that people are in a rush, have no choice, or they don't know the rules. And they may charge you, for example, 100 dirhams for a ride that worth only 14 dirhams. So if you don't have heavy luggage, you can just walk 100 meters ahead and take a taxi from the street. This is way better. Rule number 2. Do not ask how much. If you ask this question, you give the driver opportunity to overcharge you because you show them that you are not aware of the rules. You might be told that you have to haggle for the price, which is totally not true. In all the big cities in Morocco, there is a counter and not a fixed rate for a ride. Just look at the counter after the ride and pay him based on the number monitored. That's how it works. Rule number 3. Assalamu alaikum is a magical word that makes people smile. If you get in a taxi saying hello, the probability of being overcharged increases. If you say salam, you will be treated in a different way. Try that out. Why? Moroccans appreciate when foreigners try to speak their complicated language. Now the next thing you should really know is that daily tariff starts from 2 dirhams and charges 20 cents every 80 meters. Night tariff starts with 3 dirhams and changes 30 cents, which is 50% more at night. Casablanca is not very touristy, so to be cheated by a driver is very seldom. But still, there are some bastards who will never miss out a chance. Always check if the counter is on. Some drivers try to be smart, and when they're asked to switch the counter on, they put the night tariff. As happened to me once, so we had a small conversation about getting him jailed, which guaranteed me a free ride after all. What you should really know is that the minimum price of a small taxi is 7.5 dirhams, which means if you take a taxi and the counter shows 5 dirham, you still have to pay 7.5 dirhams. That's the law. Now based on the above assets the average people don't know about, you can easily avoid scammy bastards. Or just make it clear from the beginning and ask about the meter before you get in. What if I want to play a tough guy? I'll tell you what to do. Stay tuned. I remember when I was with an American friend of mine and we were in a rush. so we took a red taxi, which is private. Of course, we were speaking English along the way, so the driver wanted to take advantage of that we are foreigners who don't know how things work here. Guess what he did? He didn't turn the meter on and he asked for 50 dirhams for a 7 minutes ride that we wouldn't have taken a taxi for if we were not in a rush. Anyways, we could notice that the meter was off from the beginning of the ride. Later on, we asked to see the price monitored on the counter. What we did is we got off the taxi and we tried to call the police number. He asked us, "Who are you calling?" I showed him my screen like this from distance and he knew that this number belongs to police, 190. But the funny thing is that it was just a screenshot, just as it is right now, just a screenshot. I didn't even bother to dial. However, he didn't say a word. He just got off, trying not to get himself in trouble, which was a good deal for me. I guarantee you a free ride if you apply a similar method. You just have to pretend calling the police, or you can even dial them by real and tell them that you're getting scammed by a taxi driver. The good news is the Moroccan authorities are really serious about it. They will ask you about his registration number, that is 4 numbers every taxi circulating in the city must have. It's either stamped on the door or printed with the taxi sign on top of the car. You need either this or the plate number. Make sure you memorize it or just do it the easy way and snap it with your phone. You'll find the emergency numbers in the description down below that you need them saved in your phone. What if you're too lazy to fight or you just want to avoid troubles? Let's go to my favorite option. And that is using the Moroccan copy of Uber, which is an app. You should have it in your phone called Hitch. I personally use. You need internet in first place, then install the app and allow to access your device's location and to manage phone calls. You pick a nearby taxi around, then you receive a phone call from a driver once you confirm a pickup. And there you go. You will find a direct link to download the app in the description down below. Tell us in the comments below about any similar situations that you have experienced already and how you can handle them, as it might be useful to others who read it after you and learn from it. Now, if this video was useful for you, please share it with others who need it to spread value, and we recommend you to subscribe to our channel and hit the ring bell notifications so you don't miss out when we share our next value. Thank you guys so much for watching me until the end. I'm looking forward to see you in the next video to share with you another value. So stay tuned.